Happy Wednesday. How you doing? How was your Tuesday yesterday? I had a good day, very long day at the VTH. Did you miss me? Jabba, did you miss me? Don't worry, I'm back. Heard a few good things about you last night, talking to a few people. No, usually I say I like to save the best for last, but all of this is the best. I don't know where to begin and where I should end. I could actually stop and think about this for a moment. You know, you love your drama and chaos, and you purposely do your best to create it. Fucking mosquito. You go out of your way to invite the chaos. So you know what he does, Brian? He starts out his lives now trying to draw his haters to his lives. You look at the screen. A few people here, nobody's saying nothing. I know my haters are here. I want to see what kind of videos they put up about me later. Ha ha ha. Hey, you asked for it, you fucking get it. You dumb fat fucking retard. He hopes trolls show up. He hopes me and some other people make a video. Hey, Jabba, you're welcome. Says, and he's still ranting. Rant. Not getting anything done. Rant. Talking about other people. You know. He's always done with them, but he can't get away from them. You can't seem to get away from us. You know. He's throwing out the word jealousy again. People are jealous of him. Oh, I've heard that for a while. Yeah. They're jealous they don't have his physical stature. They're jealous they don't have a junk car. They're jealous they don't live in a rundown fucking shack that you can barely move around in. You know, he says, oh, and there's two different areas of more hoarding now. Which one do I get to first? Oh, he's sitting in the house, and now he's starting to clean out shit to throw out. He says, oh, all the boom boxes that don't work. I'm gonna throw those out. They're not worth taking with me. So I guess what, he collects broken boom boxes that don't work, that don't play, but they look good sitting on a shelf. Or he's trying to sell those to people at one time. Says, and he's sitting there. He says, and he's walking. He says, then he's walking around his yard, or waddling around his yard, with a fucking weed puller. He's talking about, oh, well, you know, you used to pick up cans. You had a piece of wood, and you put a screw on the end. You know, you see, you know, yard crews with those, stick with a nail. You see them on the side of the highway, the fucking convicts in their red fucking outfits, you know, with a correctional officer watching them so they don't take off. They got a bag and stick with a nail. You know, he made his own custom one with a screw and then a piece of wood nailed onto the bottom. He says, and he's got cans all over the fucking place. Because, do you know what day your trash collection comes? For your regular trash and your recyclers. Don't you know what day, when you've been living there, like he says, for 20 fucking years, whatever, don't you know what day they come when to put your cans out? He says he hasn't put his cans out in a while because he doesn't know what day they come. So everything overflowed now, it's all over the fucking yard. So he's got empty soda cans and this and that all over the fucking ground. He's got a fucking weed puller. I had one of those. It's a long metal spike with a T handle, and at the bottom it's got four like tangs, and they're kind of twisted. So after you bend it down on your hands and knees digging up weeds, you stick it over the weed, you twist it, it pulls the weed from the bottom, and you pull it right up. You grab it, and put it in, you know, a can, bag, whatever you're collecting your weeds in. He's using that, he's stabbing cans and bragging, oh look, I got 4 cans at once. There was some other shit. He says, you know how his house is a hoarder's paradise, all jam-packed with shit. He says, you know his car is the same way. He sat in his car for a long time. He says, I went back and checked a couple of times, you know, see if he was still, he said, yeah, he's still in his car, fucking running his mouth, talking about people, and no, nobody has a life, and just a guy saying nobody has a fucking life, right? He says, you know, you can see it, even rising up above where the headrests are in the seat. He's got, like laundry plastic totes or those plastic totes or storage things. So he's got a shitload of them in the back with all kinds of shit in it, piled up in the fucking car. Says, and then he starts reaching down. He's pulling out a bunch of notepads, boxes and boxes of children's crayons. Then it gets better. He says, I don't know if they were just sitting on the floorboards in the passenger side or on the seat. Stacks and stacks. He says, I'm not exaggerating, Brian. Each stack of mail. Where do you keep your mail? You know, you go to your mailbox, bring it in. I got some mail sitting over here. You bring it in. I don't throw it in the car. Says each stack, and he pulled out about 5 stacks. Each one had to have at least 20, 25 pieces of mail in it. And he starts working through it, and he's talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. And he's saying, well, I'm not going to pay this one. Let them come after me. And he's, oh, I have to pay this one so my car don't get repossessed. Oh, he still has a lot of payments left on that thing, too. And then he's looking at a couple, and he goes, oh, these are from the mortgage company. I don't need to look at these. And he just fucking tosses them like he doesn't give a fuck. He's got letters from the mortgage company. How long have they been sitting there? Probably the ones for fucking months when they were saying, hey, dude, he wants some money. We're going to drop the hammer on you now and set a fucking auction date on your property. He just ignores everything. But just the fact that he says, Brian, with all the stacks he pulled out, there had to be at least over 100 pieces of mail there. At least. And it's in his fucking car. In his fucking car. He says, and then he started getting on some guy, you know, how come he doesn't have his wife and his kids in his video? How come you don't hear him in the background? You know something, Job, just because you put all your fucking personal life out on here, it doesn't mean that other people are supposed to be as fucking stupid as you. Oh, his girlfriend. Oh, shit. Part of the reason. Oh, I'm telling you, this is hard for me. I heard so much insane shit, and with Java, you can't make this shit up if you fucking tried. Go to the doctor this morning. You can't make this shit up if you tried. Once again, is real estate lady. Said he doesn't have to clean up the property, the yard. She's going to have a crew go there and do it. Clean everything up so he doesn't have to worry about that. Hey, John, when you go to Virginia, what are you going to do with the Bel Air? Definitely you're not going to drive it there. That's for damn sure. We know that. And have it flatbedded, shipped out there. It's going to cost you some money. Get that part yet? He was talking about somebody's going to buy his Olds, but still hasn't picked it up. Then he says, hey, Brian, yeah, I spoke with somebody who's going to buy it, but we're going to keep it secret. It's none of anybody's business when he comes to pay me and pick it up. That's none of anybody's business. But all his other personal life with his wife and his finances and all this other shit, now that's everybody's business. But somebody just buying that fucking piece of shit Olds when they're going to pick it up, now suddenly that's top secret, none of anybody's business. Yeah, like that guy's going to buy it. More YouTube talk. Oh, I'll buy this, I'll buy that. Yeah. You wait, see if they show up with the fucking money. You keep waiting for them to show up and pay you for that fucking car. You keep waiting, Java. You keep waiting. That's the funny part. He's not going to tell anybody when the guy's coming to get it. It's none of anybody's business. But every other aspect of your life is everybody's business because you fucking put it out here, you fat fucking retard. By the way, there's a guy that comments on my videos. You'll see him say FFR. That's what it means, fat fucking retard. He says, he's in his driveway and he's talking to something about a neighbor's fence. He's got a fence on one side. And when they go to clean up the with Jabba, man, trying to pin this guy down, it's like trying to nail Jello to a fucking wall. He's all over the place. See if this makes sense. You already know coming from Jabba, it ain't going to make any fucking sense. But, it's a figure of speech, force of habit, saying that with normal people, even though he's not normal, little normal sayings kind of slide into the picture, Makes it even more fucking funny. Because you're dealing with Jabba and he's not normal. Gonna have a crew go there and clean everything up so he doesn't have to clean up anything on the property. The real estate lady's gonna have all that taken care of. And while they're there, he's saying, They're going to cut all the bushes, cut all the grass, do this, do that. And he's saying, oh, I got some trees over there. I want to have the trees put over here because my neighbor's got a privacy fence next to me on one side. So those trees will be like my privacy fence on this side. So I can build a deck off my house, like a patio deck, and sit out there and chill out, relax, bring a boombox out there, listen to music, and have some privacy. I thought he's moving. First, you're like, he's going to build a fucking deck. He can't even put a starter in. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that. I had to step away for a second. I saw my phone flash. You got to leave by the end of the month. What are you talking about building a fucking deck on a house you know, you're being evicted from? You know? You say whatever you want about investors and Shark Tank and all this other shit, Joe, but people know the deal. You know? He's going to leave. He's going to build a deck. Yeah. Yep. He has the time, he has the know-how, the money that it'll cost for the materials. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's going to build a deck even though he's going to be out by the 30th. Okay. This is one of the best ones, his girlfriend. I guess somebody asked him, you know, why would you want to hook up with someone you met on Facebook? You know what I mean? I've heard a lot of horror stories about people hooking up with people on the internet, let me tell you. I knew one fucking guy, man, hooked up with a girl from Facebook. She lived down the Cape in Wareham. In fact, not that far from where G&G Howie is, Gilly and George. And, oh yeah, they did their little face chat thing, FaceTime thing after a little while. You know, he saw her from here up. He says, I went to go meet her, man. He said, I don't mean to sound mean or derogatory towards women. But from the neck down, she exploded. She was huge. She had 3 kids. She lived in a rundown apartment. She had a junk for a car. He says, I felt bad. I looked at her when I met her. When I finally showed up after 4 months, she agreed to meet him. Go meet her. He says, part of me wanted to just turn and get back in my car and leave. But I didn't want to hurt her feelings. So I went in, we sat and talked. He says, you know, within 20 minutes, she's saying to me, you know, sorry about the carpet being dirty, but my vacuum cleaner broke and I don't have money, you know, for a new vacuum cleaner. Yeah, I got problems with my car too. It needs a good tune-up. Sometimes it doesn't want to run when it rains. And she was trying to get him to buy her a fucking vacuum cleaner, pay to fix her car, and her car needed tires. And her kid needed this, her kid needed that. You know, anyway, says I stayed for like about an hour. Said I had to go, and then she kept calling me, and I finally blocked her number. He says I didn't get rude or nasty, I figured, but I had to do something to get away from that. And that's just one of many horror stories I've heard. Internet dating sites, you know. Facebook, people that hook up on Facebook. This is a good one. Getting to his girlfriend, I guess now. See what I mean? He doesn't want to tell people about when a guy's going to come and pay him to pick up the olds. That has to be kept secret. It's none of anyone's business. And then he says this. He says he trusts her because he's been doing FaceTime with her for a long time and on Facebook talking and on FaceTime on their phones. Part of the reason he wants to go out there to see her too is to get her away from the douchebag that she's with. Now what this means, I don't know, this part. You know, he's not paying her for what she's doing. He's taking advantage of her. The guy's a real douchebag. So he wants to go there to get her away from this guy. He says, Brian, when I heard him say that, anybody looking at me, they must have thought that I looked like a dog trying to figure out a magic trick being done in front of them, like, huh? You know? Now his girlfriend's hooked up with a douchebag in some way. He's taking advantage of her. She's not happy. He needs to get her away from him to save her, give her a better life. Tell you. Now, he had no problem telling people this, but he's got a problem telling people when a guy's simply going to go there and buy the olds. Okay? This is the job. Then he was giving some other guy some shit about, well, how come he doesn't have his wife and kids, on the videos with him? How come I never see them? How come I never hear them? Because not everyone's like you, Jabba. Not everyone needs to put out all their fucking personal life on YouTube. You know, at one time, I didn't put out all my personal life, but I did think, Jabba, you don't realize there were people that know me for a very long time on here. Long before I knew you existed. Long before I knew Sanford existed. I wasn't talking about cars. I talked about sports, this, that, music. And Auntie Bill used to jump in on videos with me. And goof around and stuff. And I stopped it. You want to know why? So I wouldn't turn into an asshole like you. People are going to do what they do. This is the internet. You got to deal with it. So you do what you have to protect yourself. You can't tell anyone. Like, you can't tell me to stop doing this. You know what? I'll say, fuck you. I ain't even about to try to stop you from doing what you're doing. It's fucking hysterical. You're a train wreck in slow motion. You keep rolling on down the tracks. I know Sanford used to have his daughter-in-law running Sunday night yak sessions at one time. She'd be sitting there. She had a thing for matches. She seemed like a nice girl, She used to be lighting matches. Then people started getting on her case. Hey, your daughter-in-law is a pyromaniac. You're going to wake up in the middle of the night, a house full of smoke alarms going off, fire department bashing on your fucking doors. What's wrong with that girl? She needs some psychiatric help. She's a pyromaniac. They jumped all over her because Sanford brought her in and she paid the price for it. People picking on her. Same thing happened with Auntie Billy. She's 18 years younger than me. There are some people, they've seen her. They've seen Kenny and the guys. I did a few things that, looking back on it, I regret. I've said some things that I regret. We all do. You know what I mean? And try your best not to do it again. When you get criticized, people talk. You deserve it. I deserved it. You get what you deserve. I'm no different. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. I had to step away again. And then all the comments start coming in. And she's 18 years younger than me. Hey, baby, sit on my face. What are you doing with a guy like that? He's too old for you. Come see me. I'll give you a good time. Guys can be guys. I didn't get mad at them. I got mad at myself. I'm going to put a stop to it. After that, I never included her in any more videos. And I won't. She didn't deserve any of that. I put her in that position. It was my fault. At times I've done things with my daughters. Recently, when I went with my Brittany and my Ryan, my son-in-law, to Butler Park Zoo. Hold on a second. I'm back. And went to the Butler Park Zoo. We had a great time. See, Jabba, that's what means a lot to me, memories. When I die, the memories I take with me will have nothing to do with a fucking car. The memories you're going to have. A fucked up Beltway that never ran, looked like shit. Interior, exterior, everything. Is that the only memories you really want to take with you to your grave? I even had second thoughts about putting it up. Here we go. I'm going to have people, making fun of my daughter, my son-in-law, my grandson, but I said I don't give a fuck. In that case, it was such a fun time I wanted to share with people. In the past, I had done things with my daughters and my son-in-laws. Only a few times. I think a couple of years ago, it was a holiday, before Artie and Benji were born. I think before they were even thought of. Thanksgiving. They were all here, a few friends over, and we were out in the living room. And I said, hey, Shane, you're all here. Come on, get all together over there. We'll do a short little video. I want you to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, so they all got together. My Chelsea's a character. She's a lot like me, with her mouth. What she says. I don't have a filter. She don't have a filter either. My daughter Brittany's a little more. See, I'll talk about some things about family, but it's not real intimate, personal shit. You know what I mean? You go there. I won't go there. Their privacy should be respected, I said, okay, say cheese and say happy Thanksgiving. And they all smiled and waved and said, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And I posted it. And I did another one too, I think, for Christmas. The Christmas one I did, Last Christmas when I got my Artemis, the Power Wheels, Harley Davidson trike, I showed you the build on it in various videos, different stages of the build. But I didn't show him, you know. It's the one and only time I ever showed my grandson, you know. Now my other friends here have seen pictures and short little clips, things I've done with them, Will and a few other people, away from here, you know. You won't see it on here. There are people that have seen Billy. There are people that have seen Kenny. You know, I think some of you got short fucking memories. There was a time, both of these, I was at a tattoo shop. Once getting this done, once getting this done. And I'm sitting in the chair, and while he's inking me, I'm making a video. He's sitting right next to me talking, and you can see him, we're talking back and forth. In the second one, Dean showed up, Gilly and George, Frank and Dave showed up. And they would, a lot of them like to hang out at his tattoo shop. Hey, come on in, we're all talking, and we're talking and shit back and forth, you know what I mean? I put that video up. You saw them, you heard them. I really didn't think much of it at the time. It was like, And then another one after that, we all got together at Knuckleheads. We're watching a football game. And I was doing a little video, and after I did, I put it up. A couple of days later, these guys watch my videos. My daughters have seen things. Auntie Billy, it's after the fact. She'll pop in and see what I've done, watch little bits and pieces. My daughters, my son-in-laws, Jimmy here. And Kenny says, hey, Brian, do me a favor. Well, he says, from now on, what we do together, I think it's better if it stays with us. It doesn't get put out to the public on YouTube. And they have their reasons, and they're very good reasons. And I said, yeah, you're right. I shouldn't do that. I haven't done it anymore, and I won't do it anymore. But people have seen things, Shabba. You're getting on this guy's case, you know. What family are you showing? What friends are you showing? Where's all your friends? Where's all your family? What, you want people to do what you do? Put out their whole fucking life on here. Every last little intimate detail, no matter how embarrassing, humiliating it is. Because all your intimate details you put on the shit makes you look like a fucking fool. You should be embarrassed. You should be humiliated. But you don't get embarrassed or humiliated. You want to know why? You're a fat fuck retard. And I've yacked long enough for today. So have a great day. Have fun, stay safe. Hey, whoever you are that he's saying he wants to see your wife and kids, you know why he wants to do that? So he can make fun of them. Call your wife ugly, see your kid has big ears. You know, he just wants to make fun of them. Because he knows people make fun of him. You don't owe him a fucking thing. You don't have to show anybody anything on here except your own face on here. That's what I do. I had a couple of situations where I made a couple of decisions that I was going to do things much different going forward in the future, and I've stuck to it, whether you like it or not. You know, and by the way, I check my mailbox, I bring my mail and I put it on the table, there's a box there. Once I know everything's paid, I keep it for so long. What's not necessary, you know, for holding, I throw it out. I don't store it in my fucking car. But really, he said, Brian, how his house is a hoarder's heaven. His car is the same way. He's got shit in there. You're a pig, a slob. You don't know how to live. You really don't know how to live. You're going to go move in with this girl in Virginia to get her away from a bad man. He's taking advantage of her. Give her a better life. Start to pig up and slob up her fucking place. Hoarding more shit. Any money you get, you're going to help her pay the fucking bills. You're going to keep buying shit and turn her place into another hoarder's paradise. Because that's the only thing you're used to living in.